Yo, I'm Chris, and today it's a very windy day out here in Amsterdam, and I figured so many of you guys come out here, they watch my videos and stuff, and you've never been out here before, and I figured I would do a little beginner's guide to Amsterdam for those of you who have like literally never been out here before, because it's kind of a small place, but it's very easy to get lost, very easy to like fall into some tourist traps, so I kind of want to make sure that doesn't happen to you guys. Alright, so I just landed in Amsterdam, and this is actually where our first tip starts for this video. And that's literally when you come straight out of the airport, you are going to get finessed if you don't know what you're doing. Now, I know you might think, right, come off the plane, going to go into Amsterdam city centre, let's just go get a taxi, right? No. If you come out of the airport and you go and get a taxi from here to the city centre, it's going to cost you like 50 euros, which might not sound too bad. You might have gone some places before where you come out of the airport, you have to pay that for a taxi, right? But it's so easy to just get a train. It's quicker, it's like 10 minutes to get the train versus like 30 minutes, 40 minutes driving. And it only costs £5. So let me show you that. So as you can see, it's like 10 times cheaper to get the train, and it's also like 3 times faster. So why wouldn't you do that? Don't get scammed with a taxi here. So you've come out of Amsterdam Central Station, you're walking down here, and your first instinct is probably to walk straight down this street. Bro, feel free to walk across. Yeah, of course.
I was yesterday at the family first, bro.
Oh shit! So like I was saying, your first instinct is probably to walk straight down this street, and that's a really bad idea because number one, it's absolutely rammed with people, and then also there's nothing on it. Like if you're looking for coffee shops and you're looking for all that stuff, you ain't gonna find it down this whole street down here. Like this, you can walk all the way down, all the way to the bottom, you're still not gonna find one. So as you've come out of Central Station, first piece of advice, I'm actually gonna follow this advice right now, and that's to just go down a random back street, because otherwise there's just gonna be too many people. So when you get to here, we've got two options. We can either go down this street over there, or we can go down this one. So if you go down this one, this is kind of where like the, I would say lounges, like, you know, places where you could get a little bite to eat, smoke inside are. And then down here, you've got the Original Plug and also Family First Concept Store, which is actually the sponsor of today's video. So we're gonna head that way to go to Family First Concept Store. So this is one of the key things as well. As you come out of Central Station, if you were to have walked down the road that I said don't really walk down, and then you took a back street off there, you're gonna find a lot of not very good coffee shops, should I say. Like some places that they have so many people walk through them that it's almost impossible for them to actually keep a good stock of good flour all the time, because you just got to get really lucky if you do find good flour from there. But in saying that, you might think, oh, I should probably get out some cash to go to one of these coffee shops straight away. I want to go in straight away, grab some bits. Most places do take contactless now. It's super dangerous. You can end up spending a lot of money, but there are some places that do only take Dutch cards, so you may need to get some cash out. So here is my next tip for any of you beginners coming to... Oh. One, don't hit a bike. That will happen a lot out here. Number two is if you're getting cash out like I'm about to, always decline the conversion. Alright, so it comes up with this here. You never ever accept the conversion because it's going to be awful. You'll get completely ripped off. You continue without it, even if it's going to charge you, and it'll be so much better. And you can specify the notes you want to get, which is kind of cool. This is probably the biggest piece of advice I could give in this video, so do not pass this up, alright? I will, towards the end, give you guys some good coffee shop recommendations. But before I do that, I just want to say part of the magic of coming to Amsterdam is walking around and just finding out stuff for yourself. Obviously, one of the worst things would be just, you know, walking about yourself, not knowing anything and getting completely ripped off, which is what this video is for. But I do recommend on your first day being out here, just give it a walk around. Don't be afraid to walk far, because Amsterdam is super small. Like far is going to be like 2 miles, and it's not hard to do that at all. So please give it a walk around, and like please experience Amsterdam for what it is like that, because otherwise you'll be really missing out. But in saying that, I've also figured out a way that if you've never been into a coffee shop before and you don't really know what you're doing, you don't know what flavors are going to be the best and everything like that, I have this one key bit of advice, okay? It's really funny because I've only figured this out through filming videos, and that's 99% of the time, if they don't let you take a picture of the menu, then it means they are not proud of it and they don't want you to show it to anyone, right? So theoretically, if you were to go into a store you've never been into before you buy anything, just ask them, hey, can I take a picture of the menu? If they say no, probably a good chance everything's going to be dead, and you may as well just leave already. So that's a pretty good piece of advice, to be honest. Okay, so a little bit hidden by construction now on that same street I said, we got the Family First concept store. We back out here at the Family First concept store. Trust me, look, like I said before, they have like everything that you need. Look, if you're into your teas, you like your Supreme stuff, bro, they have so many different ones here. They range from like 120 to like 250, I think. And then, bro, look at some of these, man. So if you're into your clothes and you're coming by to Amsterdam anytime soon, definitely check out the Family First concept store. I'm sure they'll have some bits that you want to check out. And I love getting a new piece every time I go on holiday. It kind of marks the journey. So yeah, if that's something you're into, stop by here and let's continue going on. This is one for all you tobacco smokers out there, right? I don't personally smoke my weed with tobacco, but I know a lot of people do. And if you are one of those people, then you should know there's signs everywhere in every shop that say, don't smoke with tobacco, no tobacco allowed, no cigarettes, like all this stuff. And yes, that is technically true, but every shop will let you just have the tobacco like underneath the table, like in your pocket, as long as you don't have it on the table. You can still use it and put it in your J. They don't really care. Do not be using the tobacco substitute. It is awful. It really will probably make you throw up as well. Don't use that shit. And let's continue. So we've gone through a lot of the major basics, except for one that I'm sure everyone is probably already asking, and that's how much money do I actually need to bring for like a decent trip? And it really depends on how much you smoke, because you could be good with like 60 euros a day, but to be honest, that's only gonna get you like maybe maximum 5 different flavors if you're going for something that's good, because you really don't want to be paying the really low prices out here, because it's just gonna be awful. Like the main standard price here for like all right bud is about 12 to 14 a gram, and if you want like really good, like the best of the best, you're talking 16, 18 kind of minimum, sometimes 20. So if you wanted like the best of the best and you're paying 20, then if you only have 60 a day, you're only getting 3 different bits, which is not a lot. So that all depends on you, but take that as you will. I would say for myself, for me to be comfortable and have a good time here, I would say like maybe 150 to 200 a day would be pretty good. And that's me filming and doing stuff, so take that as you will. So if you're on the thought of, oh, where do I get good food in Amsterdam? Well, I'm not gonna lie, I can't really help you there, because I've been here so many times and I could never find good food. The one thing everyone tells me is to just get international food, like, you know, get an Indian or get a Chinese, like that'll be really nice, but I don't really want to have an Indian for breakfast, so I'm really not the guy to ask about food and drink. But there is another tip that I'll give you for coffee shops when it comes to food and drink, is number one, there are some coffee shops that require you to buy a drink to sit inside and smoke. That isn't a scam, that isn't them trying to rip you off, that's just a requirement of some shops. So if somebody does ask you that, don't get too hesitant about it, because I know a lot of people are a bit like, that's a bit weird, you know, because it is a bit weird. I've just bought some bud and you're telling me I need to buy something else to sit down, and the thing you're asking me to buy costs €1. It's weird, but some places do require it, and if they do, you know, so don't be afraid for that to happen. And also, you don't have to smoke inside a coffee shop, right? If you want to smoke inside somewhere, there are a couple places where you can get a bite to eat, have a little drink, and then you can just smoke inside while you do that. So you see this street here with these red bricks? This is if you just come out of the station and come completely straight down on that main road that I told you guys not to go down, and then you do a left, all right? If you come down this road, there's a few places where you can get those bites to eat and smoke inside and stuff like that. But in saying that, down these streets, especially as you go towards the red light district, there's a lot of sketchy guys just on the corner who just try and sell you drugs and that, right? Which I would just say, just try and stay away from them people. Like, don't buy anything from them. Yes, my G. But yeah, don't buy anything from them. It's not worth it. It's just going to be some fake shit, and it's not going to be worth.
Hello.
Everyone wants to be in this video today. No cap, yeah, I probably had like 20 people get in the video today, and I just keep messing up my words on it, so none of it's probably going to be kept in. But I think that one I might be able to keep in. So as we're on the edge of the red light district, may as well give it a mention here, which I'm not a user of the red light district myself. I think it's a bit weird personally, but if that's something that you're indulging in, just remember that herpes is still a thing, even if you're rapping it. So, but for real though, if you're going down that street, do not have a camera out, do not film. You'll get some guy coming out, beating you up, taking your camera. You do not want that happening. On top of that, I may as well tell you guys a funny story about red light district, because it's just fucking hilarious. Last time I was here, I was sat in a coffee shop, and some guy just like, we were talking about bud, and we're talking about all these coffee shops and stuff, and then he just goes like, oh, so do you do some window shopping out here then? And I thought he meant like, you know, like window shopping when it comes to bud. Like, you know, you walk into a place, you look at the menu, you go, nah, I don't want any of that, and you walk out, right? Like window shopping. But nah, he meant like, you know, red light district window shopping. And I've just responded to it and I've been like, yeah, bruv, I do that all the time out here. That's what Amsterdam's about, bruv. Okay, finally, the part a lot of you guys have been waiting for. What coffee shops do I personally recommend? So this trip, stuff has changed a little bit. So, of course, we still got Terps Army up there as a shop that you definitely need to check out. It's quite close to the station, so really not a far walk for if you have just decided to come straight out of the station and grab some good bud, which, like I said, I do recommend walking about, but it is a good option for that. Number 2 is going to be the new plug, the plug 3. It's so good. They have a really nice interior, same plug menu that you would usually expect. Really nice Cali bits on there, really nice Dutch, but the best interior. Like, honestly, I just wish they had that store to begin with because the interior is so good, right? Number 3 shop I can definitely recommend is, of course, Family First. They're good friends of the channel. The concept store sponsors the channel, and their coffee shop is just amazing. Some Cali bits that you would never see anywhere else. Everything legit certified because the owner goes out to Cali to meet all these people, and the Dutch is completely unreal. You even get some Cali bits going onto the Dutch just because they want to have it on there for cheaper, you know? And my last recommendation is actually Coffee Shop Reefer, because oh my god, have they had the biggest glow up I've ever seen in like the last 7 years I've been coming to Amsterdam. Apparently they haven't changed like the ownership. Like, I'm genuinely lost for words with like how crazy the menu was there. So definitely recommend checking out Reefer, because if you're like me, you probably remember them from back in the day and you just think, why the fuck would I ever go into Reefer? Right? No. Definitely worth it. So to end this video off, main key piece of advice that you can't forget is look left, look right, and still get hit by a bike. So yeah, people, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also leave us a comment if there was any tips that I missed. Maybe I could make a part 2 if there's enough. But yeah, for the most part, enjoy Amsterdam, enjoy your trip, and yeah, don't forget to tweet me and send me your pictures of your trip when you come out here, because I always love to see them. Have a good one. Peace.